Promoted to detective after 5 years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks. A topographical map, often more important than a road map in the...
US$ 1 milhão. Resgate do sequestro.
The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911. Good evening. Colonel Armstrong?
Yes. You're the detective they phoned about.
Joanna Locke.
I don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
It's about time more detectives were involved. My wife, Sonia, she hasn't been herself. Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been lost.
Oh, I see. We had hoped. Well, do as you wish. I won't be far if you need me.
Their fairy tale became a nightmare.
Tá grávida?
Mrs. Armstrong, my name is Joanna Locke. I'm a detective investigating the kidnapping of your daughter. May I talk to you? When is your baby due? Mrs. Armstrong? Sonia?
I don't want to talk. I just want to see my daughter again. That's all that matters.
The poor woman. I can't imagine how she feels. The world through the eyes of a child seems so sweet. Shiny facial hair. The good news is that it's gold. A toy castle. When I was a kid, I had a police station and a tiny squad car with a siren that really worked.
I want to see my daughter again.
The poor woman. I can't imagine how she feels. And another baby. I want to help, but I'm here to take the nanny's statement, and there are no words I can think of to ease Sonia's pain. A toy train. Now here I am on a real one. Lyon, in France. What a lovely looking city.
Todo jogo tem gato, né, gente? Já até foto.
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
I'm Joanna Locke. A detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
How can I help you?
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I have to take your statement again concerning the evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
Tell me about that night in your own words.
The Armstrongs had a party. To raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the ransom note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
Por alguma coisa?
Did you notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing. The Armstrongs are such good people. Like my own family.
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
Beleza.
I have Suzanne's statement, but her answers need some checking. A toy train. Now here I am on a real one. This information does not correspond to what Suzanne told me. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone for 5 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return. The detective gets it right. That's it. No rookie mistake there. Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
I can't imagine the pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it. Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
She's in her room. Last door on the left.
Tell me about the night Daisy was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Moreau.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no
Tem coisa errada aí,
for her to
gente.
sit there all
A
night.
babá tá mentindo.
Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
May I come back if I have more questions?
Of course. Anything I can do.
Okay, the stories Sonia and Suzanne tell don't match. I should recheck my file and track Suzanne's movements.
É, não tá batendo não. Peraí. Os telefone. Dez minutos. Cinco minutos, 41 e 53, não. Tem coisa errada.
How are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the military, you're supposed to have the stiffest of upper lips. The Desert War taught me that soon enough. But this, it's difficult. Damned difficult. Harder on my good lady, of course.
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
Her room is upstairs across the hall from Daisy's. She seldom leaves it.
Did you see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but otherwise, no. I was too busy with my guests. Wear the smile, shake the proffered hand.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
Deixa eu ver de novo aqui. A questão é que eu não sei qual é o telefone da mãe. Se é 5 minutos.
Everything looks okay here. That is not exactly what Suzanne told me earlier. Suzanne was on the phone
Aquela ficou
for minutes.
34 minutos no telefone.
That is a great detective job.
Tá, ela vai falar que é babaca, cara. Tem coisa errada aí. Estou escolhendo alguma coisa. Vou atacar.
If I understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
Peraí, já tá mentindo em algum lugar.
Are you sure you were only gone for 5 minutes?
Não, não foi não.
5, 6, what does it matter? It was very quick.
You say you were only away 5 or 6 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than 30 minutes, way longer than you said.
My
34 minutos pra ser mais exata, viu? A conta tava certa.
for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared. It must have been a coincidence.
You have to be precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. I would never hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story. She's panicking. Why now? What is she afraid of? I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me. I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me. I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you went to check on Daisy.
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
Suzanne told me she called her mother.
Como que ligou pra mãe se a mãe tava em coma no
Known
hospital?
her mother was in a coma.
Meio triste, mas mentiu. Tá, como é que eu vou verificar se ela tá doente no hospital? A filha lá, a babá.
I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
Então você falar com o pai da garotinha que foi sequestrada lá embaixo.
Ms. Moreau told me she called her mother.
Well, why not? I believe they are very close, and the poor woman is not well. She needs some experimental treatment that isn't available yet in France.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
Mentiu. Quero desvendar isso aqui logo, gente. Vou botar lá pro trem.
I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
Pô, mas já. Aí. Ficou 34, 2140.
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all.
The number you have called is not in service at this time. Please hang up and dial again. Or contact your service provider.
Não existe, cara. Até
The number Suzanne called is not in service? A hospital?
meu filho, a babá tá envolvida no sequestro da criança. Deixa eu falar com ela antes. Não, é. Cadê a mãe? Isso aqui é um flashback do jogo, tá, gente? Aqui tá passando em 2019, essa parte aqui.
The number you called that night is no longer in service.
I don't understand. That's the number the hospital gave me to call my mother's room.
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not approved yet in France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I call her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
Pera aí.
Are you sure you called your mother?
Yes, every night since she was admitted in December.
Suzanne, I checked. The number you say is a hospital appears to be
Como é que o hospital está fora de serviço?
strange, don't you think?
It's always worked in the past.
The area code for Boston is 617. This was 413. That's our local area code. She's obviously lying, but why? She seems to really care about Daisy. Your mother had to leave a country renowned for its social security, where healthcare is affordable, and go to Boston for expensive, specialized treatment. I imagine that the cost of her care must be high. Did you think that your share of the ransom would pay for your mother's care?
How can you think that I would allow Daisy to be kidnapped for money? She's like my daughter. I could never imagine such a thing.
Her reaction seemed sincere, but I needed to see how she'd react. Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me the truth. You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend, Noah.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance. That he was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him. Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night. So he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy at the same time we were talking.
But he could have kept you talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it. You can understand that, can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you, but you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's most important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more lies, Suzanne. For Daisy. No more lies. Noah. The name might lead us to that little girl.
Investigar pra achar aqui. Onde está a garotinha? Eita. Francês e inglês. Romeu e Julieta. Esse é o livro que ela leu pra garotinha.
A locked diary? Let's see if I can shine some light on its secrets. A locked diary?
Tá, reconstruir os fatos não posso agora, beleza, daqui a pouco.
Let's see if I can shine some light on its secrets.
Onde que eu vou achar esse segredo do diário? Cheio de livro francês. Um vaso de flores aqui. Opa. Que isso? N?
From the florist. It's signed N.
Pode ser namorado, né?
A card from the...
Pode ser que o nome dele comece com N. Ah, eu peguei. Vitor Hugo, Os Miseráveis, clássico.
Huh.
Ah. O que é isso aqui? Parece que gosta de botar óculos. É isso mesmo.
A glass case. Oh, big surprise. Glasses. I expect Suzanne must have gone through a lot of tissues these past weeks.
Tem muita lembrança da França, né?
An Eiffel Tower keychain, but no key. Small jewelry box. By the size, I'm guessing earrings.
Uma chave.
Why put a key in a jewelry box?
Deixa eu ver uma coisa aqui.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Pro outro lado?
That.
Tá, não é pra cá. A chave é pra algum lugar.
A toy train. Now here I am on a real one.
Tem uma coisa aqui. Vou tentar reconstruir os fatos aqui do sequestro da criança. Pô, você bota a escada, eu não entendi.
No, I did something
Vou
wrong.
botar todos? Não tem. Aqui não sai.
No, this isn't it. Think!
Cara, ele subiu. Ou entrou pela casa para da frente, ou então entrou de escada. Aqui, esse aqui não sai, é o único que não sai.
No, Joanna. That doesn't track.
Ok, esse aqui não sai, é fixo. Pô, entra pela porta da frente. Ah, entendi. Agora entendi. Ele bota a escada antes. Ele não sobe pela escada. Entra pra porta da frente. Sobe até lá por dentro da casa. Pega a criança e desce pela escada. Ah.
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all. The kidnapper places a ladder under the window to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party, just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the room, then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes.
Eu tenho que fazer alguma coisa aqui. Ah, por que não é... A chave não é daqui, cara? Eu não entendi. É o contrário.
Okay, Suzanne.
A chave é ao contrário, cara.
Told me.
Interessante. Depois que eu vi em caixa ali, falei, porra. 9 de fevereiro de 2019. O nome da namorada dela é Noah. É o cara que sequestrou. Ela se culpa pelo sequestro.
I can see why Suzanne didn't tell me everything about this, Noah. It's clear when he disappeared that she realized something was very wrong.
Tá. Não vou descobrir sobre o namorado dela.
A card from the florist. It's signed.
Eu já tinha visto. Vou ter que achar alguma coisa que liga o namorado dela.
Huh. Huh. I expect Suzanne.
Também já tinha visto isso.
An Eiffel Tower keychain.
Também já tinha visto. E aqui que tinha um par. Tava a chave aqui dentro.
I imagine these flowers must have been beautiful. Who gave them to you?
The gardener. They're
Mentira.
getting pretty wilted, but
N, Noah.
to throw them away.
Tell me about your boyfriend. Have you been together long?
My boyfriend? Why? He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Please, Suzanne, the sooner you answer my question, the sooner we'll be done.
His name is Noah Garrity. I met him at a Lunar New Year party in Great Barrington. He is a kind and caring person. Although, well, I miss him. He had to go away on business. He should be back.
Sympathy and support for the Armstrong family during this difficult time. Thoughtful, but never enough. What a dear child. The number you called that night is no longer...
É, já falei.
Know anything about Miss Moreau's boyfriend?
Her boyfriend? I know she went out with someone for a while there. More recently, I saw a man in a 4x4 who would pick her up on her nights off. He never got out of his car, just waited for her. She did seem to spend more time than usual on the phone these past few weeks, but she worked hard. We weren't going to begrudge her what free time she had. Since the abduction, she keeps pretty much to herself.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
Nothing shocks me here. Nothing shocks me here. Nothing shocks me here. Nothing shocks me here. Nothing
Naquelas
shocks me here.
fotos. Rastro da picape. Pneu.
These tire tracks could well be from Suzanne's boyfriend's 4x4. Score. 1 for the good guys. Tread marks of a four-wheel drive vehicle were found outside the garden on the night of the kidnapping. Noah drives one, doesn't he? Where is he, Suzanne? If you know anything more about him, you have to tell me.
I know what you're thinking, but it's impossible. He was very nice to me. He never did anything to make me suspicious. We went out to eat, to the movies. Just like a normal couple. He's not the only man in the Berkshires who drives that kind of car.
Where is a lie detector when you need one? It says detective on your badge. Prove she's lying. You really didn't notice anything strange about Noah until he vanished?
He could get moody at times, as if he had a lot on his mind.
Anything odd about the day you went to the movies?
No, nothing. People do that on dates.
I have to ask, Suzanne. We have to cover everything.
In your diary, you say that Noah took you to a cabin in the mountains on Valentine's Day.
You read my diary?
I'm sorry, but we have to find Daisy. We both want that. So yes, I looked in your diary.
You're right. He took me to a cabin in the woods. I waited for him in the car. He came out after a few minutes. He was very sweet and apologetic, but he never explained. We went back to the restaurant for dessert.
Did you ever go back to the cabin with him?
No, never.
So what made Noah drive all the way to a cabin in the middle of nowhere? He left her in the car. Why was he there? This is important. I know it is. I can use Suzanne's directions to the cabin and compare them to the map of the area I have in my car.
Tá, deixa eu ver. Vou ter que ir lá pra cabana.
How could the child be taken with so many people in the house? I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them? Only more questions. That's why I'm here. A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to the investigation is to take it again. The misspellings are clearly on purpose, and they didn't return the child when the ransom was paid. The crime was audacious. How could the kidnapper know which was the window of Daisy's room? No, they could use a ladder to reach it, and no, they could enter the room without being seen. The investigation is now part of a pile of investigations, and my captain sent me here just to dot some I's and cross some T's.
Tá, como é que eu vou achar a cabana? Mapa.
Thanks to the information Suzanne gave me, I should be able to find the cabin on this map.
Caraca. Saímos da cidade. Qual é a cidade, cara? Essa aqui? Pequenininha? Essa pequenininha aqui. Saímos da cidade, traçamos 2 pontes.
That can't be the right place.
Duas pontes e uma floresta densa. Se sair daqui, 2 pontes. Uma, 2. Uma floresta densa. Até agora não vi nada de floresta densa aqui. Isso aqui seria uma floresta densa. Aqui seria outra. Então saiu daqui, aqui uma ponte, floresta densa. Milharal à esquerda. Aqui mesmo, à esquerda. Aqui.
I got it. The cabin has to be here.
Porra.
I have to find that cabin.
Deduzir foi certo.
Okay, here is this famous cabin. Let's investigate. Hello? Is anyone there?
Ih, arromba essa porta aí.
Nobody. I can't just waltz in without a warrant. Hello? Nobody. I can't just waltz in without a warrant.
A tradução tá errada. Tá falando que não pode entrar sem um mandato. Mandado, né? Mandato.
I need to see what's inside. That barrel is sturdy enough. I could climb on it.
Olha o bonequinho ali da criança, cara, aí em cima, na janela lá. Ali.
It's Daisy's plush toy. If Fluffy is here, the kidnapper has been here. I have to get inside this cabin. Ugh, an old hunting trophy starting to mold.
Tem uma cama.
Empty wine bottles. Somebody has been here lately.
Agora vai arrombar a casa. Porta pra entrar lá.
The broom isn't sturdy enough to force the door.
Ah, tem um machado. Acabei de achar aqui.
A maul for splitting wood. Perfect for attacking doors.
Essa porta logo aí, meu filho. Mas não tem ninguém dentro. A criança não tá aí. Ela vai só investigar mesmo.
Look at that. A broken door to investigate. No need for a warrant. The floor is scratched and worn in this area. The
Cara,
sediment
isso parece
moved
um
a lot.
alçapão. Quer dizer, o sapão embaixo do sofá, né? Na verdade, mas deixa eu ver, já eu vou lá.
The stove is cold. Nobody's been here recently. This bottle comes from the Blue Lagoon.
Colecionável.
I've earned a gold mustache.
Tem que achar menino, não colecionável, minha filha.
That's a woman's hairbrush. Did Suzanne actually come in here after all?
Só falta a babá tá envolvida nisso, cara. Ela armou. Ali tem o número 3892. Será que é alguma coisa? Vai decorar esse número.
A lot of tools. I guess somebody noticed the cabin was about to fall down. Some boxes. I wonder what they were used for. Some people seem to have played here before.
Beleza.
Damn, it's booby-trapped. If I
Caraca, eu morri.
it could go off, and that countdown tells me it wants to go off anyway.
Entendi nada. É isso não? Não, tudo tá errado. Não entendi nada. Caraca, tá de sacanagem. Aí tá de sacanagem. Porra. Eu achei que fosse... Aquilo foi... Tô entendendo nada, gente. Juro pra vocês. Vou morrer. Nervoso, cara. Caraca, o que eu tenho que fazer aqui?
Since I'm telling this story to you, Mr. Poirot, you should be able to deduce I didn't blow myself up. Let's see if I can remember how I defused the bomb.
Tem que entender, cara. Vou entender aquilo ali. Surreal, cara. É bem feitinha a bomba ali, bacana, maneiro. Mas, pô, mas é complicado de derrubar, desarmar isso aqui, gente. Pelo amor de Deus. Eu não sei o que tem. Ó, tá piscando aquele ali. Do meio. Não sei qual que liga no meio. Ah, tentativa e erro. Então é por um. Não vou usar dica não.
Telling this story. Let's see if I can.
Vou usar dica não. Vou tentar um por um. Vendo, no meio aí tá piscando. Eu vou virar aqui. Tem que saber qual que é. Acertei. Embaixo é o do meio. É tentativa e erro mesmo. O de baixo. Tá. Então do meio, embaixo é o do meio e de cima é o de baixo. Ok. Vai, isso mais.
Wow, I wonder if that's how close it was. This would have been
Deduzi
my
e deu
investigation
certo.
right here. These rods are heading towards the canisters. It must be the trigger for the explosion. I smell a strong, sweet smell. Damn. I think these are filled to the brim with diethyl ether. Incredibly flammable. It looks like the kidnappers wanted to utterly destroy this place and whoever opened this hatch. A wooden crate? I have to open it.
Bom, tem pé de cabra aí. Só falta a menina tá aí dentro da caixa, cara.
Daisy.
Ah não, morreu a garota?
I called in my discovery of the body. Then there was nothing I could do except protect the site for forensics. The forensics team arrived an hour later, cordoned off the cabin with crime scene tape, and went to work, looking for physical evidence, fingerprints, testing for fluids, DNA, any clues science can uncover.
They removed Daisy's body.
Caraca,
The
cara,
autopsy would take place
o
in the
negócio foi
morning.
triste, hein? Eu jurava que a
But I
garotinha ia
had
ser
one
salva.
more stop to make.
Essa me pegou de surpresa, gente. Nossa. Até desanimou a jogar aqui depois dessa.
Oh no!
Esse caso foi tenso.
That night, I swore to find the monster who killed that child.